There is a tax bracket in America where the rate isn't low. It's 0%. And for about 10 years of your life, right around retirement, you get a real shot at using it. Here's the part that's going to bother you. Most of the people missing out on this aren't careless. They're not bad with money. They're the ones doing everything right, saving diligently, following the advice they read online, and they're walking right past tens of thousands of dollars the IRS is basically handing them because nobody ever showed them the math. Today, I'm going to show you that math. No spreadsheets, no jargon. Just a simple story about a couple named Robert and Linda, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much of your own money the IRS will let you keep, completely tax-free. Hey, I'm Redman, and this is Midlife Reset, the channel where we take confusing retirement rules and make them make sense without the financial advisor talk. If you're 55 or older and trying to figure out how to keep more of what you've worked for, hit subscribe, because we put out a new one of these every few days, and today's might be the most valuable one yet. One quick favor before we dig in. If this helps you, tap that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach the next retiree who needs to hear it. Okay, let's get into it. Meet Robert and Linda, both 65, both recently retired. They did the responsible thing their whole working life. They saved into a 401k, they own their home, and a few years back, they put some extra savings into a regular brokerage account. Nothing fancy, just index funds. That account has grown nicely. They put in $40,000 years ago, and today it's worth $90,000. Robert and Linda aren't rich. They're just normal. Careful. The kind of people this video is actually for. And here's the thing neither of them realized. Because they're both over 65, the IRS has built them a tax-free zone this year worth $146,400. Not a loophole. Not something sketchy. A real, legal, published in the tax code number. Let's build that number together, piece by piece, so you can see exactly where it comes from. Let's start stacking. Block 1. Every married couple filing taxes together gets a standard deduction. In 2026, that's $32,200. That's income you don't pay federal tax on, no matter what. Block 2. Because Robert and Linda are both 65 or older, they each get a little extra on top of that, called the Age 65 Edition. It's about $1,650 per person, so together, that's another $3,300. Block 3, and this one's new. In 2025, a new law added something called the Senior Bonus Deduction. If you're 65 or older, you get an extra $6,000 deduction. For a couple where both spouses qualify, that's $12,000 more. So just from these three pieces stacked together, Robert and Linda can bring in $47,500 of ordinary income, pension, part-time work, retirement account withdrawals, and pay zero federal income tax on it. Not low tax. Zero. That number alone is bigger than what most people realize exists. But we're not done. There's a second, even bigger block, and this is the one almost nobody uses. Here's where it gets interesting. Remember that brokerage account Robert and Linda have? The one that grew from $40,000 to $90,000? The growth on that account, the $50,000 it gained, is called a capital gain. Most people assume they'll get taxed on that gain the moment they sell. And sometimes that's true. But the IRS also has a 0% tax bracket just for capital gains, completely separate from your regular income tax brackets. For a married couple in 2026, that 0% zone covers roughly the next $96,700 of income once you've already used up your regular deductions. Add that to the $47,500 we already built, and Robert and Linda's total tax-free zone comes out to right around $146,400. That's not a typo. That's real. That's the number. Now, here's the question you're probably asking. How do you actually use this without accidentally messing it up? That's where most people trip. Let me show you, using one simple picture. Think of your income each year like a glass of water. The bottom of the glass fills first with your ordinary income, things like Social Security, pension payments, or money you pull out of a 401k. That water at the bottom uses up your $47,500 of tax-free space first. Once that space is full, anything more ordinary income you add starts getting taxed at regular rates. But your capital gains, the growth on investments like Robert and Linda's brokerage account, that's the lighter water that sits on top of the glass. It only becomes tax-free if there's still room left in the glass above your ordinary income. So here's the mistake people make without realizing it. If Robert pulls too much out of his 401k in 1 year, that water rises higher in the glass, and it pushes some of that capital gains water out of the tax-free zone and into a taxed zone. In other words, pulling more from your retirement account than you need can accidentally cost you money on a completely different account. That's the trap almost nobody sees coming. The fix is simple. Know your numbers before you pull money out, so you fill the glass on purpose, not by accident. Quick pause. I know this is a lot of numbers, so if you want to actually see this glass fill up with your numbers, we put together a simple free calculator. Links in the description, no email required, just plug in your numbers and see your own tax-free zone. Okay, back to Robert and Linda. So what does Robert and Linda actually do with this? They sit down and add it up. Their Social Security and small pension together bring in about $30,000 a year. That's their ordinary income. It fills part of the glass, but there's still plenty of room left before hitting $47,500. That means they still have room in the capital gains zone to sell some of that brokerage account completely tax-free. So this year, Robert and Linda sell a chunk of their investments, lock in some of that growth at 0% tax, and then, here's the smart part, they can even buy the same investment right back the next day if they want to keep it invested. Selling doesn't mean giving up the investment. It just means resetting what they originally paid for it, so less of it is taxable in the future. That's it. That's the whole strategy in plain English. Sell some, pay zero tax, buy it back if you want to keep it, repeat next year. People pay financial advisors hundreds of dollars to explain that one idea. Now, I want to be honest with you. This isn't for everybody, and there are a couple of situations where you need to slow down. First, this works best in the years after you've retired, but before two things kick in, before you start collecting Social Security, and before you're forced to take required minimum distributions from retirement accounts, which starts at age 73. That gap, usually somewhere in your 60s, is your best window. Second, if you're still working part-time, or you have other income coming in, that ordinary income fills up faster, so you'll have less room at the top. Nothing wrong with that, just means your zero tax zone might be smaller than Robert and Linda's. If most of that sounds like you, this is worth a real look this year. Now here's something I want to slow down for, because this is the one question that decides whether this whole strategy is even right for you. Ask yourself this: am I planning to spend this money myself, or am I planning to leave it to my kids? If the answer is, I'll spend it, then everything we just covered is exactly right for you. Use that 0% zone every single year you can. It's your money. Use it while it's free. But if the answer is, I want to leave this account to my children, the math actually flips a little. When you pass investments down to your kids, they typically get what's called a step-up, meaning the growth that happened during your lifetime often isn't taxed at all when they inherit it. In that case, there can be less urgency to sell now, and more value in simply letting it grow and pass it on later. There's no wrong answer here. Just make sure you know which answer is yours before you decide what to do. And if you're not sure, that's a completely normal thing to bring to a tax professional for one conversation. This video gets you most of the way there. The last part depends on your specific numbers. One more thing you need to know. That extra $6,000 senior bonus piece we stacked in earlier, it's not permanent. Under current law, it's only available from 2025 through 2028. That doesn't mean your whole tax-free zone disappears after that. The base deductions and the 0% capital gains bracket aren't going anywhere. But that extra $12,000 for couples is a limited time bonus. If you're in your mid-60s right now, these next few years are genuinely the best version of this opportunity you're going to get. A year later, Robert and Linda have used this same simple approach twice now. Nothing dramatic. No stock picking, no risky moves. Just checking their numbers each year, filling their tax-free zone on purpose instead of by accident, and quietly keeping more of what they already earned. They didn't need a fancy advisor. They needed the picture of the glass and 15 minutes with their own numbers. That's genuinely all this is. So here's your homework. Just 3 simple steps. Step 1. Look up how much you and your spouse brought in this year from Social Security, pensions, and any retirement account withdrawals. That's your ordinary income. Step 2. Check your brokerage account if you have one outside your 401k or IRA and see how much of it is growth versus what you originally put in. That's your capital gains. Step 3. Ask yourself the one question from earlier. Are you planning to spend this money or pass it down? That answer points you toward what to do next. You don't need to fix your entire retirement plan tonight. You just need to know this zone exists and start using it on purpose. If this helped, you see your own numbers a little more clearly, hit subscribe. We're building this channel one honest, simple explanation at a time, and I'd love for you to stick around for the next one. I'll see you in the next video.